Hi friends, after 14 years of experience in the IT industry, I will tell you how to get a job. In a series of videos, I will explain each step of the recruitment process in detail so that you don't have to refer to any other document or video ever. The first step, of course, is to write a resume which makes a lasting impression on the interviewer. We will start with why do we need a resume? We will see that it's helpful for both the interviewer and the candidate. Before we start to work on resume building, it is important to know where to start, what are the points to keep in mind, what are the preparations we need to do, etc. In this section, we will cover all these points. Then we will deep dive into each section of the resume. In the personal advice section, I will give some pointers to stay ahead of the competition. So let's begin. Let us begin with why do we need a resume? In campus interviews, for every job opening, there might be 10 to 20 candidates applying. For off-campus interviews, this number can go up to 50. The interviewer cannot interview all of them. So the resume is the best tool that she can use. She can easily filter out 50% of the candidates if they do not meet the company expectations. With too many interviews in one day, an interviewer might miss to ask all the relevant questions to the candidate. So the resume gives an overall picture of the candidate's abilities to her. Also, some companies like TCS and Wipro need minimum percentage throughout the academic career. This can save a lot of time for the interviewer if she has all this in the resume beforehand. Now we will see the benefits of resume from the candidate's point of view. The candidates who feel they will not be able to express themselves or they will not be able to articulate their thoughts during the interview can write everything in the resume which they feel can make an impression on the interviewer. Next, the contact information of the candidate reaches the interviewer through this resume. Now, let us discuss what are the things you need before you start writing your resume. First of all, create a professional email ID. Something like hunk123@gmail.com may have negative impact on your selection. Secondly, ensure that you have supporting documents for everything that you have mentioned in your resume, like 10th, 12th certificate, award certificates, training certificates, etc. Most importantly, your resume should be relevant to the job description. Example, a job for developer might be very different from a system analyst. A developer is required to have good coding skills, its usages, etc. While a system analyst will be mostly working on a support project, where he or she is required to have good communication skills, good analytical skills, and should be good in multitasking. So do not forget to include such details into your resume according to the requirement. Also, use words directly from the JD into your resume. This will help you connect with the interviewer. Consider this example for opening for HR fresher. The important points here are crux application knowledge, joining to exit formalities, and the coding skills. If you include these keywords into your resume, it will definitely help you score better than others. Now let us see the structure for the resume. Before we begin here, I have shared the template of a resume in the video description. You can download it and use it as you wish. The first section should be your contact details. Your name and your contact details should be very prominent on your resume. The objective in your resume should tell the employer how your aspirations will help the company. Again, this should be very relevant to the job description. If you are applying for a consulting job or a banking job, the objective should be clear to that particular industry. Moving on to educational qualifications. If your marks are not great, this section should be dealt with very strongly. Try to gain a quick certification, maybe a basic certificate of any application. Example, these days, Scrum methodology is very much popular. The basic certificate of Agile or Scrum principles is free of cost and can be achieved with couple of days effort. Try to look for such quick wins. Ensure you have the right knowledge to answer questions about the trainings and the internships that you have mentioned here. For technical language and skills, mention the languages you know, the databases, the operating systems, the tools, etc. The technical interviewer will be easily able to connect to them. For projects, the interviewer understands that you do not have any live project experience, so do not worry much about that. He just wants to know how you did outside your bookish background. For the award section, mention both personal and professional achievements. Try to put any initiative or contribution you have done, however small it may be. Also ensure that you have the right documents to cover for it. Sentences like "I have won many awards in essay writing competitions" doesn't give the right impression. If you have won awards in essay writing, mention the topic you wrote on, when did you get it, etc. to tell the interviewer that you really care about that award. Next section should be straightforward. Apart from hobbies. Generally, candidates think that writing hobbies such as chess, tennis will give them an advantage because that way they will sound upper class or analytical. This is not the case. Hobby should be what you do passionately. If interviewer asks you any query on your hobby, he must be able to see that passion in your eyes. So if you like cricket, mention cricket. In the declaration section, you may give a couple of references or just say available upon request. Both are fine. Before we move on to the next section, for the personal advice, request you to please like, subscribe and comment so that you get updates for my new videos. For personal advice, let us see do's and don'ts. Point number 1. Think from interviewer's point of view. What does the interviewer like to see in the resume? Matching words, technical details, use them. Point number 2. Use numbers or stats like 3 billion devices in the world use Java. Python is being used by Wiki, Google and even NASA. Put these lines as part of project description. While highlighting your accomplishments, use sentences which boost your image like I am creative, I am daring, I have good interpersonal skills, I have team leadership skills. Next, resume should be formatted and should look clean. Times New Roman or Arial are most used fonts. Next, use technical jargons and explain them as it shows you are aware of the industry. And finally, get someone else to go through your resume before submitting it. Your friend might be able to catch some mistakes on your resume. So don't forget that. Now moving on to don'ts. Do not ever write anything negative about yourself. Example, do not write that I had a back paper in semester 1 which I cleared later. Never use short forms. Example, ATM can be automated teller machine for a technical person, while ATM can mean at the moment for the HR. Also, as discussed earlier, do not use same resume for all jobs. Try looking for keywords in job descriptions. That's it from today's video. If you want me to make a video on a specific topic, please write in the comment section. See you till then. Bye bye.